What It Look Like TV. We are back. Thank you for joining me. On this episode of Am I the A-Hole, we're going to check out this little situation between this young woman and her parents. She's living in their house and it's an issue over dishes. So let's check this out and see who's the A-hole, who's wrong, who's right, if somebody's over exaggerating or what's really going on.
My boyfriend made me some dal with curry. I'm white and my family is white. Important as my family does not like Indian food. He packed it into a Ziploc container of his and I brought it to work. I brought it home after, washed it, left the container in the dish rack and forgot to bring it back to his house. It sat at my house for approximately 2 to 3 days. The container is stained BC curry. My mom threw it out BC, she thought it was hers. My mom asked me to not use her containers for Indian food. I told her it was actually my boyfriend's, and to next time please ask me before throwing a container away as it might not be hers. I feel bad that this Ziploc plastic container was wasted, even though it was perfectly fine, just stained.
Over a container?
But I eat a ton of Indian food so I could easily use the container for my curries. My mom said she doesn't have to ask my permission for anything, and she can throw away anything in her house if she wants to. I told her that's disrespectful. She once again said she can do what she wants and we are currently in separate rooms not talking. Aita, I know I forgot to bring the container back to my boyfriend's. I had washed it but forgot to return it. If I am living under someone's house, does that mean they don't have to respect me or my belongings? I told my mom that I deserve respect and I don't like my personal items thrown out. And she of course once again said that she can do what she wants in her house. I really can't gauge if this is normal behavior or if my mother is just a disrespectful asshole.
Now, a lot of people in the comment section were saying that mom was an asshole. Now, mom could technically be an asshole in this situation, but it's a catch. It's mom's house. Now, let's start from the beginning. I think it was a key piece of information that you left out, and I think you left it out for a reason. Up here at the top, you say, I brought it back home and washed it. Let me highlight it for y'all. It sat at my house for approximately 2 to 3 days. Where did it sit at in your house for approximately 2-3 days? Did it sit in the dish strainer? Did it sit right out in the open in front of your mom's face, the bugger? And then on the next sentence you say, the container is stained because of curry. My mom threw it out because she thought it was hers. Now if you say your mom threw it out because she thought it was hers, your mom has the authority to throw anything away that she thinks is hers. And if she thought you used the container and it was stained and she wanted to throw it away, she threw it away. It's a Tupperware, it's a Ziploc container. It's a Ziploc container. Then the sentence where you use, I just feel bad. I just feel bad that this Ziploc plastic container was wasted, even though it was perfectly fine. You feel bad that a Ziploc container that you can get 4 or 5 for $6 was thrown away? No, the lesson in this is when you bring something home, remember to take your boyfriend's stuff back to him. And your mom has a right, and this gonna mess a lot of people's heads up, and this might frustrate a lot of people, but your mom has a right to be an asshole in her own house. If you don't like it, you can get out. It is her house. Just like the same way when you get your house, you're going to have the right to throw away whatever you want in your house, and you're going to make all the rules, and you're going to be the queen of your castle. For all this, you have to respect me, and you want her to check with you before she throws something away. Don't leave your stuff out. Have your stuff where it's supposed to be, because you are an extra around here. After 18, you are an extra. And you won't have problems. But it's simple. You can't be in someone else's house and decide that you're gonna make the rules. So I can say that technically your mom may be an asshole, but it's her house, so she has a right to be an asshole in her own house. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it in the comments section. Like I said, I wouldn't handle it that way. But the way you described it, if we being fair, you left it sitting around for 2 or 3 days. You readily admit that your mom thought it was hers. Then you come at her with it was mine's, and you gotta respect and this, that, and the other. You start coming at me about what respect I gotta give you in my own house. Yeah, you might get a short and sweet, I ain't gotta respect nothing, I do what I want. A lot of you younger generation be walking around freedom fighting and y'all don't have a leg to stand on. Y'all always want to go against and rally against the people that y'all need the most. So mom's probably came off aggressive, but the same way she didn't tell us where the dish was sitting at for 2 to 3 days, I think it's a little bit more being left out of this situation. It is a possibility that mom could just not like the man because it's Indian, or she could just not like the way the food smelled. It's a whole bunch of variables that we just can't jump straight to mom is just a horrible person. Maybe she just likes certain things certain ways in her house. Also too, you said that you didn't mention your age, but you gotta be in your 20s. Mom's been dealing with your stuff for a long time. Maybe she's tired of it. But when you living in someone else's house, you can't make the rules. So the fact that you even think that you walking around telling people how they gotta respect you in their house is crazy. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about this one. Told y'all how I feel. Hit that like, subscribe button for me. I'm trying to get to 5,000, trying to get to them 5 stacks. Help me out. If you made it to this point, you my MVP. I greatly appreciate everybody, every view, every second you spend. Hit me up on the next one. I'm out of here.
It was a stone groove, my man.